Sean says, I know you say we need to listen to what we want to learn to play. Do you have any recommendations for who we should listen to besides yourself that you think are great improvisers? Okay, so here's the thing, this besides yourself thing, I don't actually think you should be listening to me in that regard. If you like the way I play, then you can spend time listening to my stuff for pleasure. If you're doing it to educate yourself as a trumpet player, in this case, a jazz improvising trumpet player, that's not where you go. I'm not talking about me. I've been actually quite uh, out outwardly verbal about not listening to my stuff for your education. That said, let me answer your question of who we should listen to. Um, Clifford Brown, and by the way, it doesn't have to be trumpet players. Uh, if you're not listening to Charlie Parker, then you're missing something. Clifford Brown, Charlie Parker, Dizzy Gillespie, Miles Davis. I'll put Sonny Stitt. I think a lot of people don't put Sonny Stitt that high up on the list, but I do. Sonny Rollins. There's an album where the two of them play together. I think it's Sonny Stitt, Sonny Rollins, and Dizzy Gillespie on the one album. And that's my favorite recording of that tune. I'm so bad remembering names of tunes. On the sunny side of the street. So they do that tune. Hello, Gabriel. Sean says, I like listening to your free improv. Well, I appreciate that. But you understand what I'm saying, right? That's not going to help you with your jazz improv. If you want to go historically, so you should be listening to, let's go to the trumpet players historically that you should listen to. Starting at the top with Louis Armstrong. And if you can get Ori, I think they call him Kid Ori. Like I said, I'm terrible with names. Kid Ori, if you can find recordings, I don't know if those are even available. But everyone starts with Louis Armstrong. Then after that, historically, you should be listening to Drop Me Off Uptown. What's the name of the guy? Boy, I'm drawing a blank on names today. He used to play, let me do a quick search here. He used to play oh no, I'm forgetting the drummer name. Roy Eldridge, there it is. Roy Eldridge, Gene Krupa, and Roy Eldridge. So Louis Armstrong, Roy Eldridge, Dizzy Gillespie, Miles Davis. Historically, those are always the first four because that's like the trumpet genealogy, trumpet improv genealogy. Louis Armstrong, and then down the tree is Roy Eldridge, down the tree is Dizzy Gillespie, down the tree is Miles Davis. That's a great place to start. After that, things start to split a lot. On the more modern side, you can listen to people like Freddie Hubbard, Woody Shaw. Sean says, what do you think of Roy Hargrove? I think Roy Hargrove can be on that list. I caution people to be careful with the more modern players because the whole point of listening to that stuff is that you want to have that foundation. And with the more modern players, even Winton with his more recent stuff, I'm not saying don't listen to it. Of course you want to listen to it. You've heard me say in some other videos, be part of this economy, the trumpet economy. You have heard me say that if you watch those videos. You have to be part of this economy, and buying albums that you like is a part of that economy. And I say buying albums today, everything's streamed, right? So listening to the albums that you like from the artist that you like, that's part of being part of that economy. But if you're doing this to study, then the greater value is going to be in those first four that I said: Louis Armstrong, Roy Eldridge, Dizzy Gillespie, and Miles Davis. Those are the four biggies that you want to hit. And on the sax side, and there's a bunch of other sax players besides who I named, right? But for sure, Charlie Parker. For sure, Charlie Parker. For sure, Sonny Stitt, Sonny Rollins. Then Prez, I forget Dexter Gordon, I think, is Prez, right? So anyway, let me hop back up here. Hello, everybody. I hope you're enjoying this excerpt from one of our recent Q&As. We have a live stream Q&A just about every Friday, 1:30 Houston time, and that might change in the future. The reason I'm making this little tag to the end of this video because I wanted to add some names to the list of this who you should listen to, because I got distracted and didn't finish what I was saying. So let's add some names. We started with the first four. I'm not going to repeat that again, but let's add some names now. Clark Terry, Fats Navarro, Nat Adderley, Chet Baker, Kenny Durham, Clifford Brown, Booker Little, Lee Morgan, Freddie Hubbard, Art Farmer, Donald Byrd, Blue Mitchell, Woody Shaw, Randy Brecker, and Eddie Henderson. That is the list that I would suggest starting with. I would start first with the top four that we talked about earlier. If you're just getting started with your jazz listening, start with the top four of the family tree. Then dive into these names that I just listed off for you. All right, so I hope you guys like these excerpts from our Q&As. Now, if you want to be part of the Q&A, you can join us. It's open to everybody. You can join us on Fridays. You can ask your questions in advance. You don't even have to be there live with us. If you ask your questions in advance, you can either put them on the video when I post them. I usually post them the day before. Or you can ask via WhatsApp. Or you can ask on my website. I have a space on the website for that. I would recommend, if you're going to ask in advance, to ask in advance at least 24 hours, because sometimes I do miss the questions if they come in too late. Last time I almost missed one because somebody posted it just an hour before we started. So, but yes, please feel free to join us. Other than that, God bless you. We'll see you on the next video. Thank you very much.